A very good morning, one and all. I am Miss S.P. Phadtare, working as a lecturer in IT department. Today, in this video lecture, we are going to discuss the next point in our fifth chapter, that is frame. How to create a frame and invisible border of a frame. Before going to start our today's lecture, first of all, we discussed the previous lecture's point. In previous lecture, we discussed the point that is matching digits and non-digits in regular expression. The string may contain the digits and non-digit, that is character other than the digits. If we want to check whether the string contains digit or not, then we use the D. Next point we discussed in a previous lecture, that is matching punctuations and symbols. Next we discussed matching words. Next point we discussed in a previous lecture, that is replacing a text using regular expression. And last point we discussed in a previous lecture, that is regular expressions and the object properties. There are mainly 6 properties of regular expressions. First is the constructor, next is the global, third is the ignore case, fourth is the last index, fifth is the multi-line, and sixth is the source. Related to that point, we discussed one examples for each and every point. Okay. Now in this lecture, we are going to discuss the next point, that is frame. Let us see the definition of frame. What is frame? How to create a frame? Explain with example. This is question related to that point, and the answer for this question is HTML frame are used to divide browser window into the multiple sections where each section can load a separate HTML document. Means that HTML document can be divided into multiple parts by using a frames. This is shown in figure, web pages containing the multiple frames. If you want to display the different information in the different part of the web page, then it can be possible by defining that information in the different frame. We can define that information by using different frame, and by using frame we can define the multiple views. With the help of multiple views, we can keep specific information visible, while at the same time other information will be invisible. That is, it may be hide, scrolled and replaced. Okay. For example, if we want to set the title, description, suppose here we want to set the title, description, navigation bar, advertisement and the contact details under notification section in the web page. Then the title is placed in the one frame. Here we place the title in a one frame, description in the other frame, navigation bar is placed in one frame, advertisement is placed in a one frame, and also we contact is placed in one frame, notification section is placed in one frame, and the multiple frames can set in one web page, which is shown in a figure. Means web page containing the multiple frames. Means a collection of frames in the browser window is known as a frame set. This is known as a frame set, and the window is divided into the frames in a similar way. The tables are organized into rows and columns. Here tables are organized into rows and columns like this. The frames are divided into the table manner. Okay, by using the frame we can define the multiple views, and with the help of multiple views we can keep specific information visible, while at the same time other information will be invisible. Means it may be hide, scrolled and replaced, and the various frames can be set in one browser window. Next point is the create a frame. To set the frame in the browser window, we use the frame set. And to define a frame, we use frame tag within a frame set tag. Each frame in a frame set may have different attributes such as scrolling border, resize, etc. The attributes of frame set, that is calls and rows. The values of this attribute can be in a pixel, percentage and the asterisk sign. Rows value also in the pixel, percentage and the asterisk sign. It specifies the number and the size of column in a frame set. It also specifies the number and size of the rows in a frame set. Means frame set having a two attributes, that is calls and rows, and this attribute can be value for this attribute, that is a pixel, percentage and in asterisk sign, and it specifies the number and size of columns and rows. Attributes of frame, that is frame border, name and the source. Frame border having two values, that is 0 or 1. Suppose the value is 1, it states that the frame with a border, and suppose the frame border is equal to 0, which states that the frame without border. The name value, that is any name you can give, states the name of the frame. Next is the src, means URL. It specifies the path of the HTML file. This is the attributes of a frame. Frame having three attributes: frame border, name and src. Next point is to use a frames on a page, we use the frame set tag instead of a body tag. Means instead of body tag, we use the frame set tag. And the frame set tag defines how to divide the window into frames. Let us see example for this. The rows attribute of the frame set tag defines the horizontal frames. For rows, it defines the horizontal frame, and columns, it defines the vertical frames. Each frame is indicated by the frame tag, and it defines which HTML document shall open into the frame. This is the example. Here frame set calls is equal to 50%, 25% and 25%. Means we create the three columns for a frame. First is a 50%, second is for a 25% and third is for a 25%. Means using the frame set, we can divide the columns and with 50%, 25 and 25%. Same example for rows. Frame set rows is equal to 50%, 25% and the 25%. Here using the frame set, we can divide the rows with the 50%, 25 and 25%. You can write this with the 150 pixel and a asterisk sign. Means in a pixel also you can define the value of a columns or rows. Here frame set calls is equal to 150 comma asterisk, and here frame set rows is equal to asterisk and 120. Here in this example, the one frame occupying the size of 150 pixel and the other occupying the remaining portion of the window. Here asterisk means any number of pixels. Similarly, frame set rows is equal to asterisk of 120 will be divide the window into two rows, that is in horizontal frames. In that, the second part of the horizontal frame will be of a 120 pixels. Upper horizontal frame will be occupy remaining portion of the window. Similarly, we can also specify the frame set in a percentage. Here this is the example. We specify in a percentage, frame set in a percentage. Okay. Next point is the example of browser containing the frames. Here step 1, to create a main HTML document which will display the three HTML documents in three vertical frames. Here we create first a main frame or main HTML document. Here frameset.html is the main HTML document. Here we write the code, that is HTML. Frameset calls in a percentage, that is 25%. Second column is for asterisk and third value is a 50%. After that, here frame source, that is frame src is equal to frame1.html, and code for this frame 1, that is this is the code for frame 1. Next is the frame src is equal to frame2.html. Code for this frame 2 is here, and frame src is equal to frame3.html, and code for this frame 3 is here. Close the frame set tag, close the HTML tag. Means within the frame set tag we add a frame tag. Here source is the attribute of a frame and calls is the attribute of a frame set tag. Here step second, to create a frame1.html, frame2.html, frame3.html files as follows. Here frame1.html, in that file you can write HTML and body tag. Here in a header tag you can write frame1, close the header tag, close the body and HTML tag. Like this you can create a frame 2 and frame 3. Let us see the output of this program. Means here we create the frame with the 3 columns. First is a 25%, second is a asterisk sign, and third is a 50%. Means 75% we can create, and remaining portions will be occupied with the asterisk signs, means any number of pixels. Okay, this is the program of main HTML document, which will display the HTML documents having 3 vertical frames. Here frame set calls is equal to 20%, 20%, 20% and 40%. Here I am creating the columns with the 20, 20, 20 and 40%. After that, here I am passing the source webpage1.html, 2.html, 3 and 4.html. These 4 files I am passing as a source for this in a frame set. Okay, after that, first of all create the webpage 1, 2, 3 and 4, and after that run this main HTML document. First of all, here I am creating the 4 files, that is webpage 1, webpage 2, webpage 3 and webpage 4, and passing this source to the main HTML file in a frame tag. That is frame source is equal to webpage 1, frame source is equal to webpage 2, frame source is equal to webpage 3 and frame source is equal to webpage 4. And in that HTML file, here write the HTML head and title tag. Here webpage 1 is a title, close the title tag, close the head tag. In a body tag, take a header, that is h1, and here you can write any sentences or any syntax in a header tag. Close this header tag. After that close the body and HTML tag. Means simple web page you have to create in a web page HTML file. Same like this you can create the web page second, like this you can create the web page third, and like this you can create the web page 4. Here I am creating the simple web pages, 4 web pages. Okay, and run the main HTML file and see the output. This is our main HTML file. Here in this HTML file I am passing the source for this web pages 4. Let us see the output of this program. This is the output of our given program. In this program, web page 1 which is created in a 20%, web page 2 which is created in a 20%, web page 3 also created in a 20%, and a web page 4 it is created in a 40%. Here 4 frames are created, means 4 columns are created vertically. Okay, this is another example to create a rows. Similarly, for creating columns we can create a rows. Here write the frame set rows is equal to 40%, 20%, 20 and 20%. Here we divide the window into 4 parts, means in a 4 rows, that is horizontally frames. The first part means horizontally frame will be of a 40%, next will be of a 20%, third will be of a 20%, and fourth will be occupy the portion of a 20% of the window. For this also we can create the source files. Here I am creating the 4 files, that is web page 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is the main HTML file. Run this file and see the output. This is the output of our given program. In this program, web page 1 is of a 40%, 2, 3, 4 is of a 20%. So that it creates the 4 horizontal frames with the 40%, 20%, 20% and 20%. Okay. This is the another example to create the columns and rows in a window. Here in this example, I am creating the 4 columns with the 20%, 20, 20% and 40%. First column, here I am passing the source, that is webpage1.html, and in that I am creating the rows with the 40% and a asterisk sign. Means here we divide the window into 2 rows with the 40% and asterisk signs means any number of pixels. Here webpage 2 and 3 is split into the 40% and a asterisk sign. After that, frame set, close the frame set tag. After that, here I am passing the source as a webpage4.html for the 40%. Means here creating a 4 columns vertically. With that 4 columns, 2 columns are divided, means split into the 2 rows. First for a 40% and second for a asterisk, means any number of pixels. Let us see the output for this program. This is the output of our given program. Here web page 1, which is of the columns 20%, web page 2 and 3, which is divided into the rows with the 40 and the asterisk sign, and web page 4 is of a 40%. This is a, we can create the frames or a browser window with the columns and rows. This is the another example to create the rows and columns. Here in that main web page, I am creating the 4 rows, and here this row is divided into the 2 columns. Here I am creating the rows with the 20, 20, 20 and 40%, and first of all rows is created with the 20%. After that, second and third row is divided into the asterisk and 40% sign, 40%. After that 40% rows is created. Means in that rows we can also create the columns, means split the column into the rows. Let us see the output of this program. This is the output of our given program. In this program, first of all web page 1 is divided into 20%, web page 2 and 3 is divided into the asterisk and 40% sign, and web page 4 is divided into the 40%. Means 4 rows are created here, and these rows are divided into the columns, means web page 2 and 3 divided into the columns. These all are the examples of browser containing frames with the columns, with rows, column and rows, and rows and columns. For this, first of all, create the main HTML file, and in that HTML file pass the source for this inner frame tag, and create the separate files. Next point is the invisible border of frame. How to set the border of frame invisible? Explain with the example. The border of frame can be made invisible by setting the attributes frame border and the border is equal to 0. Here for the invisible frame we can set the attribute frame border and border is equal to 0. Let us see the example to set the invisible border of frame. This is the example of to set the invisible border of a frame. In this example, I am creating the 2 rows with the 30% and 70. And in that, I am passing the attribute, first attribute of a frame, that is source, is equal to web page 1 and the web page 2. After that, the frame border attribute. Here I am setting the value, that is 0, and border value also 0. 1 value states that the frame with a border, and 0 value of the frame attribute which states that the frame without the border, means the frame gets border by default. Suppose if we want to set the border of a frame invisible, then we need to set the attribute of the frame border and the border is equal to 0. This is the program to set the invisible border of a frame. Let us see the output of this program. This is the output of our given program. Here we set the invisible border of a frame with the web page 1 with the 30% and the web page 2 with the 70%. We create the two rows with the 30 and 70% with the invisible border of a frame. Next point is the calling a child window. How to call a child window? Explain with the example. We can define one or more than one frames in a web page. Then that web page is become a parent window for other frames, and other frames may also contain a web. Thus, the web page present in the frame become a child window. The main window defining the frames in it is called as a parent window. Okay, and each frame contains the child windows. For example, we can call one child window from the another child window. Here in this figure, it shows the three frames are present in a parent window. This is the parent window, and this parent window contains the three frames. Each frame become a child window. This is the child window 1, 2 and 3. And we can call one child window from the another child window. Let us see one example. To call a child window means frame from the another child window, that is frame. This is the program for calling a child window from another child window. In this program, first of all, I have created two columns with the 30 and 70%, and we have defined a one frame for each column. Here frame source is equal to frame1.html, and here I am writing the frame attribute, that is name is equal to left page. Name of that frame is a left page, and for a second web page I am giving the name for this, that is right page. Okay, this is the main HTML file. Let us see the frame1 and frame2 HTML file code. This is the program of frame1 and frame2 which we passed in a main HTML document. Here in a frame1 contains a button, and when we click onto that button, the content of the second frame will be changed. Here suppose I am creating one button name as a click me, and on click event I am passing the parent dot right page, means we are calling the second window from the first window. We need to define the name of frame. Here we define the name of frame, and for accessing another frame from one frame, we use the name of frame followed by the parent property. For this we use the parent property here, and by using the parent dot the frame name, here this is the right page is the name of the frame, that is the second frame name, and we can access the element of the other frame. And here the my function is the function name of the frame 2 is called from the frame 1 on a button click. Here I am creating the one function in a frame 2, that is the my function, and here we pass this function with the parent property dot the frame name. Right page is the name of the second frame, and here on click event we pass this parent dot right page dot my function, and in my function I am creating one, here I am displaying one sentence, that is some function is called with the right method. In a script tag I am creating one function with the my name, my function name, and I am creating one frame 2 with in a header file. This is the code of a frame 2, and in a frame 1 here I am writing a simple code. Here I am creating one button, and in on click event I am passing the parent property with the name of a frame 2 and the function of the frame 2. Let us see the output of this program. This is the output of our given program. When we click onto that button, that is click me button, the content of the second frame, that is in a second frame the content, that is frame 2, will be changed. When I'm clicking on that button, the content will be changed. Some function is called, means the content of the second frame will be changed. Thus we are calling the second window, that is second frame, from the first frame, means calling a child window from one frame to the another frame. Next point is changing the content and focus of a child window. How to change the content and focus of a child window? Let us see. Here the content and focus of a child window can be changed from the another child window, and this can be done by changing the source file for the particular frame by using a JavaScript. Means you can change the content of a child window from a JavaScript function by modifying the source web page for a child window, and we can assign the new source to the child window, that is href attribute, and by using the href attribute of the frame is used to assign the new source to the child window. Let us see code to change the content and focus of a child window. This is the code to change the content and focus of child window. In this program, I have created 4 HTML files. One is the main HTML file and for main web page, and the other 3 for the frames. Here I am creating the 3 for the frames and 1 for a main page. And in that I have set the 2 out of 3 to the 2 frames in a main web page, that is frame 1 and the frame 2. Here in this frame 1 name, that is frame name, that is left page, and for the frame 2 the name for a frame is a right page, that is source and name is the attribute of a frame tag, and frame set tag calls is the attribute of a frame set tag. Here I am creating, here in this program I am creating the 2 columns with the 30 and 70%. This is the main HTML file. Let us see frame 1, 2 and 3 code. This is the frame 1 code. In this code I am writing the HTML head and script tag, and in a script tag I am creating one function name as a my function, and in that function I am passing the parent dot right page, that is the name of the frame 2, dot location dot href is equal to frame 3 dot html. Here first of all I have created one button in the first frame. For the first frame I am creating a button, and by clicking on that button we need to assign the third file, that is third HTML file, to the second frame by replacing the previous HTML file, and it can be achieved by accessing the href property of the location object. Here href property of a location object of the second frame, and we can access the location dot href property by calling on the parent dot the frame name. Here the frame name is the second frame name, means right page is the name of second frame. Thus the assigning a value to parent dot the second frame name, that is right page, dot the location dot href will be change the web page of the second frame, and the statement, that is parent dot right page dot location dot href is equal to frame 3 dot html is used to change the web page of the frame. Okay, this is the main sentence. Here first of all creating one button and assigning on click event, I am assigning this function, and in that function I am creating parent dot right page dot location dot href is equal to frame 3 dot html. This is the frame 1 programs. Okay, let us see frame 2 and 3 program. This is the frame 2 file. In that file I am simply write the HTML head and title tag, and in a body tag I am creating one header, that is frame 2. Close the HTML, close the body and HTML tag, means simple HTML file I am creating for the frame 2. Let us see the frame 3. Here in frame 3 also I am creating the HTML and body tag. In that body tag I am creating one header, that is frame 3, and here I am passing one parameter or a para tag. That is, note that the frame is changed from frame 2 to frame 3. Close the body and HTML tag. Let us see the output of this main program. This is the output of our given program. Here frame 2 and frame 1, that is frame 1 and frame 2, is the main HTML file. Suppose you click on to the click me button, it changes the content of frame 2 to frame 3. Here I am clicking on to the button, it changes from frame 2 to frame 3, means it changes the focus and content of the child window. Note that the frame is changed from frame 2 to frame 3. Next point is accessing element of another child window. How to access the elements of a child window from the another child window? This is the question related to that point, and the answer for this question is we can access the element of a child window from the another child window, means it is possible to change the element of one frame from the another frame, and the element of the child window can be modified from the another child window. And if we want to change the name of the button, then it is possible to change the name of button from other child window. Let us see one example to access the elements of a other child window, means access the elements of a other child window. This is the main HTML file. In this HTML file, in that HTML file I am creating one two calls, that is 30% and 70%, and here I am passing the source for the frame 1 and the frame 2, and here name for the frame 1, that is frame 1, and name for the frame 2, that is frame 2. Close the frame set tag and close the HTML tag. This is the main HTML file. Let us see the frame 1 and the frame 2 HTML file. This is the frame 1 file. In that frame 1 file, first of all I am creating one display function, and in that function the statement, that is parent dot frame2 dot document dot get element by id, and here para is the id property, means id parameter or name of id dot inner HTML is used to access that p tag, means parent tag or a paragraph tag which we have taken in a second frame, okay, is equal to element of the frame 2 is accessed from the frame 1. Here I am passing the sentence, that is element of the frame 2 is accessed from the frame 1. After that close the script tag. This is right on a script tag. After that close the head tag, and in a body tag I am creating one header, that is h4 and a frame 1, and here I am creating one button, and in on click event I am passing this display function. This is the frame 1 file and code for the frame 1 file. Here we can access the one frame from the other frame by using the frame name followed by the parent property. For example, suppose parent dot frame 2 is the name of a frame. By using that, access parent dot frame 2 of the frame, and we can invoke the document dot get element by id function. Here para is the id, name of the id. This is the second frame file. In that file I am writing only HTML and body tag. In that body tag I am taking one header, that is frame 2, and here I am creating or taking one paragraph, that is p tag, with the id is equal to para, means id is equal to para in this frame, means frame 2 content in a para, and id is equal to para is the name of the id, and this parameter is passed in the first frame with the get element by id method. Let us see the output of this accessing the element of the other child window. This is the output of our given program. Suppose here I am clicking on the click me button, it changes the content, means accessing the element of the other child window. Here Suppose I am click onto the button, that is click me. It changes the content, that is element of the frame 2 is accessed from the frame 1. This is all about our today's lecture's point. In this lecture, we learn the frame, how to create a frame, how to invisible border of a frame, how to call a child window, how to change the content and focus of a child window, and how to access the elements of another child window. Means in the 5th chapter, regular expression and frames is over here, and in the next lecture we discussed the point that is rollover, how to create a rollover, what is meant by text rollover, and multiple actions for the rollover, and more efficient use of rollover. Thank you.